64 game, retro gaming goodness.
No PC should be without it.
Undelete.
Welcome to DOS Days, a nostalgic look back at PC gaming from the mid-80s to mid-90s. This is a companion piece series to Player One Memories, which covers the arcade scene during this same period. For this series, I'll be jumping back and looking at all those great DOS era and early CD-ROM titles that I played and loved so much, as well as the times and places I experienced them. So let's jump on back to 1996 saw the mighty Marvel Comics file for bankruptcy, which was pretty shocking to me and my friends, who were endlessly poor due to those addictive X-Men trading cards and that epic Todd McFarlane Spider-Man run, which we obviously needed every issue of. On the book front, George R.R. Martin released his first book in the Song of Ice and Fire series called Game of Thrones, and as of making this at the ripe old age of 74, he still hasn't completed the story. Bets are on whether his life force or the pen are going to be the end of the series. And on a less morbid note, sort of, German Michael Bay himself, Roland Emmerich, released his first movie in the Let's Nuke the Earth series titled Independence Day. It was a monster financial hit, leading Emmerich to follow it up with Lizard Nuke, Ice Nuke, Prehistoric Nuke, Sequel Nuke, and of course Moon Nuke. Jeez dude, we get it. But you can't just make the same movie for decades and think nobody will notice. I take that back. And now let's flip on over to today's game. World Rally Fever was released by Ocean in 1996 and was developed by Team 17 and Split. I remember when I first played this, as a friend called me up and said he's got this super cool game on PC that I just had to check out. I was pretty skeptical because he had in the past stated that Bubsy 2 was better than Sonic 2. So I honestly wasn't expecting much. But when he eventually booted it up, I was totally taken back at what I was seeing. It was a total throwback and combination of Sega's Power Drift, Outrunners, and Super Mario Kart all in one, and running on DOS. The strangest format to find a game like this. Bear in mind the mid-90s on PC was stomping grounds for RTSs, flight sims, RPGs and point and clicks. Pretty much everything that consoles didn't usually do. World Rally was definitely out of place. As you can see, it's a kart-styled racing game heavily influenced by the aforementioned games. You pick one of 8 colorful characters, each with their own pros and cons, and hit the tracks, which there are 16 of in total, spread all over the world from Scotland, Japan, France, the USA, all included in the racing action. In order to continue to each track, you need a place in the top 3 to advance. The tracks themselves have a cartoony personality to them, with obstacles to avoid or jump over with your handy turbo boost ability, and are colorful, over-the-top representations of their countries of origin, similar to Sega games of that era. You can also pick up items along the way, Mario Kart style, with bombs to chuck, and the good old invert the controls item, and much more, which can be used on fellow opponents. The graphics are a really good imitation of the best of the Sega sprite scalers from the mid-80s to the mid-90s, and captures that style almost perfectly. You can tell the programmers had a lot of passion for the subject matter. The sound is also pretty impressive, with its 80s style rock Hiroshi Kawaguchi inspired tracks, giving each stage a nice slap of arcade nostalgia. The game came and went in a flash without much fanfare, unfortunately, a casualty of a multitude of reasons that I can surmise. That awful cover would make no one buy it. I mean, why not embrace the cool anime vibes the game exudes? It's so bizarre. The system of choice was really odd, as it's clearly a console game, but I understand the attempt to give PC something that it just simply didn't have at the time. But the stake in the heart, I think, was the timing, as it was released right at the start of 3D gaming's massive rise in popularity, with most people disregarding 2D like it was the plague. It was a really weird time in gaming. Regardless, this little hidden DOS gem is available on GOG, good old games for all of you to try out on your modern PCs, and have a fun throwback to simpler gaming times with a title that's overflowing with personality.
Game over.
And thanks for joining me, Bastich B at 64K. If you can like and subscribe, that would be greatly appreciated, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.